Oh, well howdy. Welcome to Cryptid Caravans. We're hauling in new monsters all the time. While I try to get the alien blood off of this thing, let's take a look at a Wisconsin werewolf. And he ain't just eating cheese up there. Now the folks around Wisconsin have got to look out for the beast of Bray Road. Sometimes referred to as the dog man, the bear wolf, or the man wolf. The beast of Bray Road is sighted all across the Badger State, but its namesake is a stretch of rural road outside of Elkhorn, Wisconsin. As expected, the beast is described by some as a large werewolf, standing 7 feet tall, weighing around 500 pounds. I'm not calling something with that many teeth fat, but others say it's more like a Bigfoot or even a werebear. And I'm sure some have described it as a man-bear-pig hybrid. In 1936, Mark Shackleman was heading down Highway 18 when he saw a large werewolf creature on the roadside. They tried calling it the Beast of Highway 18, but it never really caught on. It was digging in an Indian burial mound. It had crooked thumbs and smelt of decaying meat. The beast smelt like decaying meat, not the mound. It just smelt like dusty bones. Shackleman drove on, but came back the next day to spy on the werewolf again. And when he did, something amazing happened. The creature spoke. Now that's not something you hear very often in these stories. The wolfman reportedly gurgled out, Gadara. The word doesn't belong to any language known to Google, and the only reference to a Gadara is an ancient Jordanian city from Bible times. Maybe the beast of Bray Road is a Jehovah's Witness. The story ends there, so I assume he done took off in a cloud of dust. The beast then went into hiding for several decades, and there was another reported sighting until 1964. This was when Donald Fewless spotted the large cryptid around midnight while driving home from his job at a local TV station on Highway 89 in Illinois. This thing's been spotted everywhere but on Bray Road. Using his TV connections, he went back there the next night hoping to catch it on camera. And since I'm not showing you that footage, you can assume he didn't see it again. Finally, in 1972, the beast made its appearance near Bray Road. A woman called the Department of Natural Resources after a large animal tried to get into her house and left a large gash on one of her farm animals. The officer searched the area and only came up with a 12-inch long footprint indenture. When 1989 rolled around, the beast of Bray Road got its rear end gear and was sighted all around the area. Scott Bray spotted a bizarre dog in his pasture. He tailed it across a field to a large pile of rocks where he lost sight of the large werewolf. Another man, Russell Guest, was near an overgrown field near Bray Road when he saw a beast raise up from the brush. It was on its hind legs and it walked towards Guest with unsure steps. The Bray Road beast must be a drinker. Guest ran away from the towering creature and he looked over his shoulder to see the wolfman was on all fours now and running down Bray Road away from Guest. And this type of account would appear again in 1990. Heather Bowie was telling her schoolyard friend of a story that happened around Christmas. She was walking home with a group of friends from a day of sledding around 4:30 p.m. when they spotted a large dog walking near a creek. Thinking it was a dog and being a bunch of kids, they called out to it. This is not the kind of puppy that you want to pet. It noticed the kids calling to it and stood up on its hind legs. It took 4 wobbly steps towards them and then dropped all fours and picked up speed. The kids ran to Bowie's home and the beast chased them halfway there, making huge leaps. And then it huffed and it puffed, but it couldn't blow her house down. The last account we're going to look at comes from 1999. Dora Gibson was on Bray Road near DeLavan, Wisconsin on Halloween night when she heard the familiar thump as if she had ran over something. 10 points for squirrels, 30 for raccoons. She pulled over and got out of the car to see what she'd hit. She saw something charging at her from the dark, and like anyone would do, she quickly jumped back into her car. As she sped off, the mysterious beast leaped up onto her trunk. Luckily, the recent rain meant the creature couldn't get any traction and slipped right off the car. But but he totally meant to do that.
There were stories from others, like drunk farmers or a woman in 2003 who saw a group of 3 werewolves drinking from a stream.
I'd be here all day detailing all of them, and it's almost time for dinner. So now at this point, usually when I tell you the theories or what media you can see the Beast of Bray Road in. But first, it's worth mentioning that
when people like Dora and Russell started to report their stories, they were immediately ridiculed and discredited by the community, going as far as putting werewolf signs in their yards. Others, however, saw a business opportunity and began selling t-shirts and souvenirs.
Capitalism. It warms my heart. And while some people were trying to make a quick buck, others were just trying to figure out exactly what this thing was.
All the witnesses could be telling the truth, and what they saw was a werewolf.
And we've already had a Cajun on here describing those things before.
Other mystic possibilities point towards a Wahila, a large wolf of legend among the Dene people of Canada. There is also the comparison made between the Bray Road beast and the Wisconsin Bigfoot Eddie, or even the Michigan Dog Man.
Some even say it might be Wendigo, which is a whole other can of worms I've already opened. So now let's open up the can of natural explanations.
The most obvious first answer would be that these people saw an actual wolf, and with their adrenaline running high from fear, they exaggerated the wolf's proportions. Another suspected animal is a black bear. They are native to Wisconsin and can walk on their hind legs for short distances.
A fact mentioned in 2 of the accounts.
They also share the look and fur color of the Beast of Bray Road. It could be that some of the later stories were results of pranksters or entrepreneurs trying to increase the longevity of the hysteria for profit.
Speaking of hysteria, there's a chance that people were just caught up in the hype and making monsters out of shadows.
Journalist Linda Godfrey was tasked with investigating the werewolf sightings, and after some time, she released a book detailing all she learned. In 2005, the Asylum released a movie with the cryptid's namesake.
A low-budget horror movie. The most a cryptid can hope to achieve.
The Beast of Bray Road has also made its rounds in all the monster shows. Monster Quest, Lost Tapes, Haunted Highway, and Monsters and Mysteries in America.
There, finally got that spot out. Whatever's wandering around Wisconsin, be it werewolf, regular wolf, bear, or imagination, you might want to be cautious driving down Bray Road at night. But I just give you the history. You can decide for yourself.